Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, is another Cnbc Millennial Money reaction video. As you see, we also have a co-host. For some reason, she just wanted to sit her sleepy tail in my lap today. She might be intermittently in and out of the shot, but just for now, know that we are reacting to the CNBC Millennial Money series. Now, if you are not familiar with the series, CNBC, which you should know is a very popular channel, they have a YouTube presence, and on YouTube, they have a series called Millennial Money, where in fact, they follow around a millennial to see how they save or spend, what they do with their money. Now, I talked about in a few videos ago how these videos help me. Like, in no way am I a financial advisor, so I don't watch these videos from a reaction standpoint of, child, you doing bad, because who am I to judge? But a year ago, I was probably the worst when it came to a lot of things, and this year I became super serious. But I find joy in reacting to these videos, and so have you. You guys have loved the reactions that I've done to these videos. I've gotten such positive feedback. You guys have said do more, and so I am listening. So today's video from CNBC says living on $62,000 a year in New York City, NYC. This is gonna be interesting because I know from going to New York but a few times, it can be pretty expensive to live there. But this young lady, we'll see how well she's doing. I don't know how old she is. I don't know how far along in her career she may be. But today, we are gonna react. And now I am looking at this on my iPad. I always react and watch this on my iPad. So me and little Winnie Win are gonna see how this young lady is making it do it, what did it do on $62K a year. Let's just get into it.
An issue that I struggled with in the past is actually that I felt like I was making too much. I would think like, wow, those people are getting paid a lot. My dad, who's the hardest working man that I know, like doesn't get paid that much.
So she is 25 years old, living on $62K a year. So she's still probably, 3 years removed from college? Not bad. Now again, New York City though, it's a little different. You know, it might hit a little different in like a Columbia, South Carolina, but we'll see. We're gonna get into it. I feel like she seems like she got a good head on her shoulders, although it's only been, 25 seconds. We're gonna see.
My name is Maria Melchor. I'm 25 years old. I make $62,000 per year, and I live in New York City. I help low-income New Yorkers get access to government benefits, housing, and healthcare.
Okay, so it says Maria earns $52K a year from her day job, so she must have a side hustle. Again, like I be mentioning in my videos, having two streams is so important nowadays, more than anything. But we'll see what the other $10K is coming from. So again, side hustles have become the new norm. That means she probably good with her money. That means we got somebody who their 62 might be going a long way, because you can't coach people on money. Or not to say you can't, you shouldn't probably coach people on money when you ain't doing so well yourself. You're not doing too hot yourself. But we'll see how this girl's doing.
Hola, ma, ¿cómo estás? I grew up in Veracruz, Mexico, and my family and I moved to Connecticut when I was about 9 years old. My family really came to the US in pursuit of economic opportunity, but given that my dad and my mom were undocumented for a while, even though they were working full-time, several jobs, we were still a low-income household. I was crying when I learned that I had been approved for my green card, because I would have access to college and I would have access to permanent residency in the US. And at the time, that's all I'd really known, is living in the US, and I really couldn't picture myself going back to Mexico. When it comes to budgeting nowadays, I don't do tracking every month anymore. I am a big proponent of that, especially if you're new to budgeting.
So Maria's typical monthly budget is $3,500 a month, and it says budget based on the time of filming. Her rent is $1,000 $12. I gotta look at that little asterisk or that little cross beside it because I didn't do that in my last video, and that told me all the information I needed to know about where Shayla and her boyfriend were living, or her fiance were living, in my last video. So it says her share of a 1-bedroom apartment. Does she share a 1-bedroom apartment? Okay, we'll get into that. She shares a 1-bedroom apartment. Discretionary is $775. What's that? Donations, pet, and shopping. Okay, Winnie, she got a U. I don't know if it's a U specifically. I don't know if he has a dog, cat, a lizard, or what, but she got some kind of pet. So $775. We'll see how the rest of everything pans out, because it looks like the next thing is savings account and wedding fund for $640. She's saving $640 for savings account and wedding fund. Okay, so her 1-bedroom is with a fiance or a soon-to-be spouse probably. So that makes sense of why they would have a 1-bedroom. I was like, 1-bedroom, child? You got a roommate type situation? If it's a boo thing, then yeah, that makes sense. So $640, pretty extensive savings. I wonder if she could move some of that discretionary, not to say don't make donations right now, not saying don't take care of your pet or don't go shopping, but I wonder how much of that discretionary could be even more so thrown at savings. A Roth RIA, $500, okay, contributions, okay, she might be eligible to give some money saving advice. $500 for food. It has a little star beside it too. Her share split with partners, so I wonder, it's probably $500. Not bad. Phone is $45, amazingly well. I wonder who she has here, because the way Sprint, now part of T-Mobile, trying to get you, girl, it's not great. Ubers is $20. Okay, so I don't see any card here. Ubers for $20 a month? That's amazing. And then subscriptions, $5. iCloud storage and Spotify. So she getting Spotify, and what's the breakdown? Is the Spotify $2.50? Spotify must be getting me, because if she paying $5, is this split between her boo thing and her? Because $5 is just how much is this iCloud storage? I need some answers here, and I'm probably not going to get them. But Uber's $20 a month? I wonder if that's just because it's the pandemic and you might not go that many places. But I feel like the one time I went to New York City, it was $20 for one ride. And I did see when she opened her wallet, I mean, I wasn't all in this girl's wallet, but the way the camera just zoomed in, I saw she had a Metro card. So I wonder if her discretionary also too entails a little bit of her Metro card. I wonder if shopping is part of her Metro card. But nonetheless, this is an amazing budget. Like, your girl got it. She got it. I don't see one real major issue glaring out at me, but let's continue on.
My partner and I split expenses evenly right now. Our biggest shared expenses are rent and groceries. My partner actually makes a pretty similar income as me. He's a graduate student and he supplements his income with tutoring. I knew my parents were poor. I knew that they couldn't help me with school. So I went with Yale because it was one of the schools that offered need-based financial aid. They paid for all of my tuition and my room and board. I still took out a federal student loan to help me pay for some personal school matters, such as like my laptop and some school supplies. Paid that off as soon as I could after getting my first job.
Oh yeah, I saw that $2,500 and I was like, this girl paid that off immediately. That's why there was no student loan calculation in the figure that she gave. $2,500, she paid that off 1 year after probably, especially with the frugality and the money savings that she had. And she seems very driven for her to go to Yale to apply for such programs and then to only walk out of college owing $2,500. Here I am, few years removed, still owing, some coinage, but we gonna get through it.
I just wanted to hop on here and talk about what the differences are between a 401k, a 403b. I know it can be very confusing. I started First Gen Living to be able to create a space where I could talk about money and invite other people like me who are first generation immigrants, first generation college graduates, to begin unpacking their history with money and get the resources to design design healthy financial plans that will make them more comfortable with their money. I also offer personal finance coaching so that if people do want to meet with me one-on-one and talk through their numbers, I can be that resource for them. I really feel like I got interested in personal finance out of need. I saw my first post-grad paycheck and I just had a lot of questions about how to make the most out of it and how to align that money that I would have coming in with my values and my goals.
Maria saves $1,140 a month. Amazing. And I know that was broken down into her Roth 401k, and then she said her savings for her wedding and all that. So doing great things, you know.
About half of that is going toward my Roth IRA for retirement. The other half is going to various money goals. I'm saving for a laptop and new camera. I'm also saving for a puppy who is coming at the end of this month. I also, of course, have an emergency fund. I'm also saving for a wedding fund. There's no date or anything, but just in case when I do get married, I'm actually putting that into a brokerage account. I started trying to save for adjusting to citizenship. It's pretty hefty, like thousands of dollars to adjust. But I actually found out recently that through my union at my current job, they actually at no cost help you apply for your citizenship. That is going to be free, which is amazing. The discrimination that I faced as an immigrant in my town, as an undocumented person, that inspired my interest in the law. I feel more ready now than I did right after college.
It's so ironic. Maria was saving, it looked like, for a dog that looked just like Winnie. Her little dog looked like Winnie too. She's gonna have a ball of energy on her hands. I hope she knows that. But Maria seems to have a good head on her shoulders. I love that. I love that about this series too, is because they show different people making different income levels and how they're able to save it in a different way. I mean, we started this series, the first video I reacted to. Now they've had so many other videos, but my first reaction was to Destiny making $158 and living in Michigan. We then went to Shayla and her fiance living in Hawaii making $83,000 a year. Now we're with her, and you can see between people, their savings are all different at different income levels. Their expenses are different. The amount they put into food is different. Like, everybody's life is different, and I do appreciate this about CNBC. So shout out to Maria and shout out to CNBC for again showing us something different. I saw New York and I was scared. I was scared because the salary and New York is always a place that I've been like, I cannot live in if I made less than six figures. But there's people clearly out here who do it, and they can do it phenomenally well. And so I've been proven wrong. It's not about how much you make, it's how you use what you make and how you save and spend what you make. So again, amazing series by CNBC. But if you like this reaction video and you like this video altogether, make sure you give me and Winnie a big thumbs up. She was an amazing sleepy co-host this video, but we'll see. If you guys want to see more Winnie, just stay tuned as well. Give it a big thumbs up just for Winnie's beautiful face. Again, quiet, amazing co-host here today, and we love to see that. Now make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of this content that I make, and make sure that you have that notification bell on as well, so again, you don't miss anything that I do over here. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89. Yes, it's my name, but she makes her appearances too on there, so follow us there, and we will see you in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
You don't know. Bad man.